I was just asking myself, like, why the fuck am I even vlogging, right? Because honestly, my life, I think, looks like the same as for any other 30, 35-year-old, like middle class dude. It's kind of boring, right? You just work all day, you exercise some. The thing is that all of us sort of think we're special, right? That there's something that will change in our life. But the only thing I think I want to get out of this is the same thing that you might want from watching this, which is just real progress, right? Like actual progress, and not just fucking business vlogs and talking about, I don't even know. Just getting better and making noticeable steps forward. So I was on a trip to the US for the last 2 weeks, and that's also where I realized that I'm pretty much just coasting and that I want to do something about that. And so when I came back, I was so motivated to just, follow through on all the things that I set out to do. But then jet lag just completely fucked me over.
How significant is this for the Lakers and the NBA for tonight and beyond? I've seen a lot, but I haven't seen this. This is unprecedented. You're talking about
And don't get me wrong, I was still working all the time, but everything just felt a bit off. And what happens is that, how good you feel about your progress is so closely related to how you think about yourself. So if you set out goals and then you actually go out and achieve them, your brain starts thinking of you as that kind of person. While on the other hand, when you feel like you're missing your goals, your brain is just going to remind you constantly, or like it's going to feel like it's reinforcing the knowledge of you being a loser or somebody that just doesn't get it done. And what's crazy is that this week I realized that I basically did everything that I wanted to do, but because on some days I was taking a nap or I didn't follow through on, some of the small stuff I set out to do, my mood was actually just quite negative throughout that week. Until I finally got some sleep near the end of the week. And then I realized I actually had a pretty good week, except for one thing, which was that I was still working too much for clients instead of for myself. Because right now I still prioritize other people's deadlines over my own, which is fucking stupid, because the thing I want to do is way more important, obviously, to me than some work for somebody else, right? And if I know that I don't want to necessarily freelance in this way and exchange my time for money for the next 20, 30 years, I should put myself first. And I think the reason why I'm not doing it right now is because I don't fully believe in myself. I don't fully believe that if I would work only on my own stuff, that I could make enough money for me to be able to live off that. So I set myself a goal just now of being able by the end of this year to live off stuff that I build on my own, which will be another way of a web agency, which will be a little bit more like a product. It will be Udemy courses, it will be maybe mobile apps. It doesn't really matter what it is, but when you have this feeling of for years you feel like, oh, this is great, freelance life is amazing, you make enough money, you can still work whenever you want to, basically. But at some point you're going to start feeling like you're a little bit in the cage, and there will be things hitting you that will just make you feel like you're being pushed around. And that's, at the moment, I think the last 2 or 3 months has just been accumulating for me. And I'm done with it. I'm honestly done with it, because hopefully from now on, it will change. And hopefully I'll be able to document that way from the current rut that I'm in to building my own stuff and actually making enough money just off that to be able to live off that. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop freelancing, because there's so many things I love about it. It just means I want to have the freedom to stop working for other people. I think that's the main thing for this week, honestly.